Hey, it's Mike checking in here on Thursday, and actually had a few good days of weather, so I've been able to get out quite a bit lately, and get to the beach yesterday and do my walk today. So things have been good. You know, my fat bike's on order. I got one of those coming, so I'm pretty happy about that. I think most recent, with things that have come up, I'm going to talk about, just getting stuck and what that kind of means to me. I know for myself, well, they say every cell in the body changes every 7 years, like all of them except for like seven, the original seven. So every 7 years, the body pretty much regenerates itself, you know, constantly, and but for me, I know, Grace, my mindset has, well, did stay the same for so many years, decades at times, and not much really changed. And sadly to say, I even went with a theory. What was it? I know what I know, and that's all I need to know, which left me in a pretty ignorant spot. And, that did not work out well for me, let's say, because I just ended up in the same friggin' thing over and over again. And I couldn't figure out how I kept getting there. And, it was a kind of like living a bad dream over and over again. Groundhog Day, even on the good days, I guess. So nowadays, what I do, at least I know that now. And so I can go ahead and make the changes necessary to, you know, live a new life. And one thing they do say in like AA and other places, fake it till you make it. I really used to not like that at all, but especially with myself, being stuck in a certain cycle for so long, I really didn't know any other way. So I had to fake it in order to, you know, get to a point where I was actually stable and felt comfortable enough to do those things on a daily basis and just get through it, I guess, because otherwise, I just have a tendency to fall right back into the same rut over and over again, and sometimes not even knowing it. So by faking it till I make it, and because really, I can do any goddamn thing I want to be. I mean, like, obviously a little bit too old to join the military or anything like that, or I know they won't take me to Mars on the next NASA mission or something like that. But within reason, I can do anything I want. And like I've said before, I've done a lot of negative things in my day, so I know I can do a lot of positive things, and it's just a matter of putting the time in, And the one thing that always used to get me, like, I always watched a ton of basketball growing up. It didn't matter what superstar they interviewed after the game. First thing they always said was, "I like to thank God." And I always thought to myself, what is like David Stern paying these guys to say this? Because we were never big in the church growing up, and or any of that religious stuff. And you don't really need to be religious to believe in a higher power, first of all. But um, that's just how it was. So you know, uh, trying to get out of myself, knowing that I'm not the higher power, has helped me out quite a bit. I've heard someone say, the difference between me and God is God doesn't try to pretend me. Doesn't try to pretend to be me. That's how it goes. And so it's definitely a trial and error. But I think one of the big things that's helped me is actually learning from my mistakes, not just saying I did, actually going through, writing stuff down, see where I'm at fault, seeing how it's a recurring pattern over and over again, finding out, you know, why do I keep dating the same type of girls, and why do I keep doing this the same way over and over again. And it all has to go back to childhood stuff. I've taken enough courses and everything like that to know that. And plus you can just Google this stuff nowadays, or YouTube it, or whatever you want to do. So it's all out there, all the answers, and you can have many different beliefs, but it all kind of goes back to the same thing. And for me, it's just like a guy asked me there one time, why are you here? And first answer he gave me was, pretty much what I had done in the past. And I was like, well, no, that's definitely not why I'm here. So, more or less to help others and, live a good life. And I think that's all anyone really wants. And I know for someone like myself, addict, alcoholic, and all that shit, but, you know, what those things did for me at one time was like get home from work and get around that 3 or 4 beer mark or whatever it was, and I'd have that feeling of just absolute calm. Everything was right in the world, complete ease for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'd blow right through that. And because in my head, if I feel that way now, more of what I'm doing will make me feel, you know, more better and all that stuff, which isn't true when it comes to drugs and alcohol. It just strips you down of everything. So that's why, like nowadays, that's why I got the fat bike, because not only will I be having a good time, pushing myself, pushing my limits and everything, but I'm going to be exercising. There's no negative effects as long as I don't, try to pretend I'm 20 years old and out doing jumps and, shit like that. So it's all, like I said, trial and error, but I do the best I can on a daily basis. And I'll finish on this. I can't remember the lady's name, but she wrote the book, 15 Things to Give Up in Order to Be Happy. I did have it memorized at one time, so I know there's luxury criticism to give up, labels, living life to others' expectations, limiting beliefs, control, complaining, self-defeating talk, giving up the past, excuses, attachment, resistance to change, blaming, the need to be right, need to impress others, and fear. I think that's all 15. So there you have it, those things, and along with that, the 4 noble truths and all those things. So, but I'll save that for a different day. So hope you're doing well. Good night. God bless you, and love you all.